So my name's Andy Merrin. I'm Innovation and Decarbonisation Director for United Living. It was a bit of a no-brainer for us to get involved in the Mayor of London's Innovation Partnership and with Energy Sprong, because we believe the industry as a whole just needs to move forward in terms of the legacy of doing a piecemeal approach in energy efficiency works, and moving to a whole house retrofit holistic solution for properties. We've got to do it at scale, we've got to do the volume, there's a pipeline there that we need to tap into, and for us, we'd rather be part of the solution than sat on the outside waiting for someone else to come up with a solution and get involved later on. A huge part of the innovation partnership is obviously innovation. So we're talking to a lot of suppliers out there in the moment to try and think about what's happening in the future. We can't do the things we've always done the same way. EWI, traditional approach to insulation. We need to think of different ways of applying insulation to properties. So we're talking to off-site manufacturing panel providers, off-site pod suppliers, M&E solutions, to try and think about ways that we can deliver at scale so we can reduce the cost. We're talking to a number of suppliers, particularly the bit that interests me more than most is the off-site panel solutions, and we're seeing some really encouraging solutions coming forward now. And again, the cost is comparable to EWI solutions, so we know the benefits are there. We know the cost solutions are there in terms of getting the cost reduced. So it's just a case of now going through that learning curve with our suppliers, understanding where we can value engineering the solutions and trying to get to a point where we can deliver at scale. So one of the biggest challenges we had right at the beginning of looking at these Mayor of London schemes and Energy Sprong solutions was to get an understanding of the performance guarantee. Quite new to the industry, quite new to our teams in terms of looking at risks and liabilities, because these things are going to exist for 20-30 years. So how can we mitigate that risk by getting the design correctly, planning it correctly at the offset, and make sure it's delivered in terms of a past 2035 compliance scheme. So once we got our head around understanding that it's all in the upfront planning, we understood that we could mitigate that risk. What initially looked like a really scary risk of 30 years liability in terms of performance. We mitigated that right at the start, and once you get into these schemes, and I've been involved with some schemes now where they're now 2-3 years into the delivery, and you can see the performance that's coming back actually verifies what you thought you were going to achieve in the first place. So they're getting some really good feedback from Energy Sprong to their reports about how well these schemes are now performing. So if you're thinking about getting involved in net zero, retrofit, decarbonisation, energy efficiency, I think you need to really get involved now. The industry, especially over the last 2-3 years, has moved on a huge amount from, as I said before, looking at piecemeal approach to looking at whole house solutions. If you're not involved now, you need to be involved because the market is about to grow. You're already seeing lots of funding being thrown at these schemes, so you need to get involved early on so you'll understand the lessons learned. You'll refine your own processes, internal processes. You'll start to look at training solutions for your internal teams. And I think if you're looking from the outside, thinking wait for someone else to get involved or to come up with a solution, you're going to miss the boat. You're going to be playing catch up. And I think that the market is big enough for everybody to get involved, and it needs everybody involved to sort of maximise the opportunity and the scale that we need. So in terms of a call to action for the industry, I think the housing sector needs to open our eyes a little bit. We need to embrace innovations that perhaps are outside the industry. Looking at car manufacturing or mass-produced solutions out there, and see if we can learn from these industries where they've produced solutions at scale and reduce their costs overall. So we need to think bigger than our traditional approach. We can't get it right. As the saying goes, if you do the same thing over and over the same way, you're going to get to the same point. So we need to think differently. We need to innovate. We need to embrace change. We need to look outside the industry in terms of solutions, and we need to sort of really think about how we can improve the industry.